My name is Amirul Azwar bin Muhammad, and today I would like to present about my topic. My topic is effect of music on motivation and performance of gym user at local gyms surrounding content. Okay, for the first slide is background of study. Okay, first I will tell a little bit about music. Actually can capture attention, triggers a range of emotions, alter or regulate mood, increase work output, um, heighten arousal, reduce state of higher functioning, reduce inhibition, and encourage rhythmic movement. Okay, for target population, of course, gym user at local gyms run the content. For independent variable, effect of music on motivation. Okay, next is depending variable performance of gym user. Okay, next. Okay, motivation. Motivation is an internal process, whether we define it as a drive or a need. Motivation is a condition inside us that desire a change either in the self of the or the environment. When we tap into this well of energy, motivation, and the person with the drive and direction need to engage with the environment in the adaptive, open-end, and problem solving sort of way. Okay, performance can be defined as achieving target by meeting or ascending predefined expectations. The multi-dimensional concept of success is interrelated reciprocally with physiological and psychological effects. Psychological capacities such as stamina, strength, speed, or flexibility may influence performance. Okay, next, statement of the problem. Okay, first is issue, effectiveness between music on motivation and performance of gym users. Okay, for the problem, there was no significant correlation between knowledge and attitude with practice of exercise. Because participants have an understanding that exercise causes significant injury. Major reason not do exercise due to lack of time, afraid of getting injured, no safe place, have health problem to exercise, do not have partner to exercise. Gymnasium membership is too expensive for their pay. Okay, lack of energy and tired, of course, especially for workers, and have many responsibilities such as child care or work respectively. So next is to identify individual perception of whether they synchronize the movement according to beat among gym users at local gyms surrounding content. Okay, next is a research objective. Okay, for research objective one, to determine the gender difference who choosing music to listen while exercising among gym user at local gyms surrounding content. Okay, for RO1, majority actually both gender love music because music can help their performance. It always play in your mind always play with your psychology, so it can help their performance. Okay, next is research objective two to to identify individuals' perception of whether they synchronize the movement according to beat among gym users at local gym surrounding content. Usually, a runner who love to synchronize the movement according to beat, because they will set time when they must finish their run. Okay, next is RO3, to investigate differences be identified between those who regularly listen to music and who do not listen to music during exercise among gym users at local gym surrounding content. Okay, not all people like music when they are exercising, because some people like to silent environment because they only want to focus their weight. Okay, next is significance of the study. First is to help gym users enhance their gym result. It would allow content users to be healthy, to contribute their effort to high performance without the help of chemicals. Actually, from listen to the music, they can increase strength without taking any drug or chemical supplement like steroid. So through psychology, they can lift weight without any medicine that might damage their body. So it very dangerous if they take the drug. Okay, next is literature review. There is have two type of motivation, which is intrinsic and extrinsic motivations. Okay, intrinsic motivation, as known as IM, refer to engaging in intrinsically rewarding or enjoyable behavior. Okay, intrinsic motivation is instrumental. That is, internally driven action does not depend on any outcome separable from the behavior itself. The means and goal then are one and the same. For example, a child will playing outside, skipping, jumping for no other purpose than because it's enjoyable and innately fulfilling. Okay, next is extrinsic motivation, as known as EM, refer to moral output that is inherently dependent upon obtaining end result separable from the action itself. In other words, EM is by definition instrumental. It is out in order to produce some other purpose. For example, for teenagers might wash dishes at home to get an allowance. Likewise, a student can study for a test to get an A. So um, it um, output instrumental. So intrinsic incentive is man, man, multi-dimensional and range from completely external, such as cleaning dishes, to get an allowance. Okay, next is psychological capacities such as stamina, strength, speed, or flexibility may influence performance. Okay, next is methodology. Okay, research design, descriptive research of correlation. It is suitable to use because it involves identifying relationship between variables. Independent variables of this study is effect of music on motivation. Okay, for DV is performance of gym users. Okay, next is sampling. Okay, for target population, total number of population is 2,000 users at gym surrounding content. Okay, for details of sample based on this criteria that sample from the participant that participated become sampling that come to the local gyms. So uh, any people who come to the local gym will be the participant. Okay, sample size is 100 users. 100 users. Okay, next is sampling technique. Non-probability sampling as a representation of the population in convenience technique and utilize random process. Okay, for the instrument, in this research, there are two section questionnaire. The section A, they have five demographic background, which is gender, age, program, formal music training, and personality. Okay, section B represented by 50, 15 items and have 5 skill. First is strong disagree, 2 disagree, 3 neutral, 4 agree, and 5 strong agree. In this study, the significance will be set as P less than 0.5 with alpha 0.05. Okay, for the data collection procedure, first is ethic approval. Next is ask permission to do this research from supervisor and FSR. Okay, next, after that, give briefing to the respondent about the study and questionnaire. Okay, in this part, I will brief to my respondent about my study and what research that I do at the local gym. Okay, next is distribute questionnaire to respondent and the last collect the questionnaire after they fulfill the questionnaire. Okay, for data analysis, okay, research objective to determine the gender difference who choosing music to listen while increasing among gym users at local gym surrounding content. And for analysis, I use independent t-test analysis. Okay, second is to identify individual perception of whether they synchronize the movement according to beat among gym users at local gym surrounding content. Okay, this I use correlation analysis. The next, to investigate differences be identified between those who regularly listen to music and who do not listen to music among gym user at local gym surrounding content. Okay, for this research objective, I use correlation analysis. Okay, this is a reference. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.